start. Took our entire team, for me, I remember my boss, he'd give us, paid time off or whatever, but I've never in my life thought I was going to have an agency with that many VAs, much less be able to give them all. We literally paid to not work, right? And paid to, paid vacation, and then paid for the hotel rooms, paid for the food, paid for the stay, paid for everything. So that was amazing, just realizing where we've come from to where we're at and where we're going, because we're not where we want to be yet. And then on top of it, that just we went there. On top of it, I was going to get my son's visa taken care of. Problem is their machine's broken, so now I'm flying this Friday to Manila. And I'll be gone Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, because on Monday I have to go take care of his visa. So I'll be back in Manila. So hopefully that'll get taken care of. But at least I have the ability to do so. So thankful for that. Not a lot of people have the ability to go. And it's one of the reasons why I say systems are so important, is because if you don't have systems in place, then, you kind of are pretty much handcuffed to everything you're going to do or not do. So, all right, get your questions in. Appreciate that, Patrick, though. But yeah, doing good. All right, any questions? Local SEO, anything whatsoever, get it in here, because as long as y'all got Q&As, I will stay here. If y'all don't have any questions and y'all are all good for the day, then we'll skip the day, but I'd rather have some questions. So our video verifications ramping up. I've actually been getting most of the verifications that I've been doing as of late instant verified, believe it or not. I told you the other day, George, we went to do a verification and they sent me a text verification. I haven't had a text verification in years. But when I say text verification, you enter in your phone number and they say, hey, we sent a text to your phone. What's the code? I sent in the code and it's instantly verified. It took less than 24 hours to come out of pending. So yeah, I haven't been having video verifications in that regards. And I'm not doing nothing different. So I just guess it's the luck of the draw. Patrick S., do you use G-Stacks much anymore? Yes, I do. We use advanced G-Stacks. We use Chris Palmer's method for all of our G-Stacks, every single one of them. That's what we do. If you have not been in Chris Palmer's training, in the back end under Chris Palmer, if you go to his link in there, then yeah, he has trainings on G-Stacks and everything else. But that's the method we use for our clients. For our clients, we use those specific G-Stack methods, and we still use them, and we still do the whole process. It is not your Fiverr or legit campaign type of G-Stack. Normally, you get a legit campaign and do a G-Stack. All it's going to be is literally one page with all the assets put in there. We literally, when we do a G-Stack, we take someone's website, their entire website. It's 20 pages. And we take that and mirror that in a G-Stack. That's just one aspect of it. So if it has 20 pages on your website, you're going to have 20 pages on your G-Stack, plus all the DriveStack assets. Okay. I would love to be able to do one session just on advanced G-Stack, but it's not that simple. You'd literally you'd need about a week just to go over G-Stack. I'm talking about Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, the whole thing, because that's literally how long it takes to do it, because you're talking about, I only have 1 hour at a time. Now, if I took 5 to 6 hours, that's about what it's going to take to teach you how to do a G-Stack properly. Beautiful thing about G-Stacks as well is then once you do the G-Stack, you just pummel that thing with millions of fucking links as much as you can, because Google's going to, if you will, filter it, and it'll be clean juice. Chris Palmer published a course about his method. Yes. If you go in the back end of the group of the Rank Fortress Academy, it is in there. Also, let me go ahead and do that real quick. Thank you for reminding me, because I mean, maybe a lot of y'all are probably pretty new with this, but some of you may, some of you may not. How many of you, give me a 1 if you have you went to the new, platform for Rank Fortress Academy? New Rank Fortress Academy platform. How many of you been on it? Awesome. Awesome. If you haven't, what you're going to do, let me sign out and I'll show you. But when you go to Rank Fortress Academy, just that way y'all can see this, because I know some people, I'll tell them over and over until it. So if you go to Rank Fortress Academy, this is what you're going to see. And you're probably like, oh my God, I've never been here. The whole site's down, something like that, right? Well, what you're going to do is, all you're going to do is, first time here, you're going to hit lost password, and it's going to send you an actual email to your actual inbox, not spam. It goes straight to your inbox. And then once you do that, you're going to log in. Of course, it's going to mess me up right now. But give me 1 second. Let's see if I can do this. Yeah, I can't do it right now. But let's pretend I'm going to lose my password. All right. And it's going to reset my password. Come on. So it's going to ask all this information. If I go to my inbox, go away. Password reset, you see it right there, automatically came up, gives me this code. Take this code, right? And I'm going to go back to here, and I'm going to enter in that digital code right here. I'm going to create a new password. And once I do that, I hit reset password. And then I can log in. All right. So once I log in, you'll see what you already saw the first time we're showing you. And it has all the juicy details and all that stuff in there. So just like normal, just like normal where you see the different classes and the SOPs and everything, that will be in there. So you can just go ahead and when you're in there as well, you can search. So besides everything else we've already shown you, when you're inside it, you can search. You can mark off that whatever lesson you have is completed, versus before you couldn't do that. So we've changed, quite a few things in regards to how things look and stuff. I just want to, let me get in here and then I'll show it to you. I just had to stop sharing my screen. But if you have any questions, just drop them below and I will get to them. Give me 1 second here. But essentially did this mainly so you guys can have the search feature. And then the other thing that this thing does for me as well, which is really cool, I'll show you, is I can actually send out email broadcasts, and it's going straight to, if you will, your inbox, instead of, going into spam factory, and then you never see it. And then you're like, oh my God, I didn't get this or whatever. So that's the main reason we did that. And let me show you what it looks like now that I'm logged in. I reset my password. So if I wanted to go to, I'm logged in, I have my private group access here, my SOPs here, original master classes here, SOD installation is here, even though the guy actually, for whatever godforsaken reason, did not renew. It did not renew his hosting, his domain name, everything. So guess what? He lost it and someone snagged it. So he's having to have us rebuild his entire website and everything. Luckily, I have a backup of his stuff. But GMB Reloaded, Scale Your Agency, and then all the regular nightly classes and the coming soon classes are down here. So let's just say, for example, if I went into GMB Reloaded, and at the very top of every class is my tools list. So let's say, for example, in Chris's, y'all were asking about Chris's. If I come over here, this is all Chris Palmer services. So if I click on this, and I appreciate anytime anybody does this, but you click on here and it takes you straight over to Chris's stuff, basically. So that's Chris's website. Now let's say if I went back to the dashboard, or go back to dashboard, let's say I wanted to come in and GMB Reloaded, and I took this lesson in here, and I mark it as complete. Once I mark it as complete, it's marked as complete. I can go to the next one. So I can know how much of this is completed, etc. And it's all in order of the classes that we've had. If I come over here to search, they were having a bug yesterday. Let me try it now. So cloud. So if I type in the word cloud, it shows me all the lessons for cloud stacks. If I type in, let's say, agency assassin, there you go. So anytime I'm looking for, let's say, CTR booster, there you go. So we have the ability now, you can search, as well as when I'm logged in, I can actually email everybody and say, hey, class is about to begin. And I send out a blast and it goes out and it goes to your inbox instead of going to spam. So let's see. Yeah, Patrick, I appreciate that. Patrick says you always tweak things and make them better. Sessions on how you change and improve the G-Stack method. That was on something else. But also another thing that platform is going to have, it does not currently have, but it is going to have in the next year or sometime late this year, is it will have an app. So you'll literally be able to download an app on your phone for Rank Fortress Academy, and you'll be able to listen to everything, all the sessions, the classes, everything on the app. So we're constantly improving. Also, because I had someone else ask me about this on Telegram, in late March, maybe early April, it's not an agency course. What I'm coming out with is called Agency War Room, in which it's going to be a partnership, kind of like what I did with Rank and Rent, in which I'm going to take someone that's either wants to be an agency or already an agency, and then we're going to scale them from where they're at least 6 figures, if not 7. But it's going to be a very intense program. It's not going to be like any course or anything like that. It's going to have accountability. It's going to have our SOPs. It's going to have me, dealing with you directly and doing it with you. So totally different type of thing. It's more of a partnership. When I come out with that, I will be dropping the details. You've probably been seeing me lately, if you will, every few days, I'll post something about, hey, SOPs or systems and the agency and stuff like that. That is what that is about, but that specifically is not a course, it's a partnership. Like I did with Rank and Rent, in which I'm trying to find a post so I can go back over it, but basically in which I tell you, say, how many of you would like, to scale your agency? How many of you know that systems are important, stuff like that? Because without systems, and this is primarily why I'm doing it, is systems are very important if you're going to scale anything. Because most of the time what I've found is the problem isn't necessarily the information. Like most of you know probably that you should eat right. I know I should eat right, but guess what? I don't fucking eat right most of the time. I mean, the thing is you have to have accountability, right? So we're going to be doing a lot of that. I did a post, for example, 100 plus agency war room game plans, right? In March, I'm launching a private training for agencies. I wonder how many agency owners or upcoming agency owners would be interested. Inside of that, you're also going to be hearing from some of my students like Drew. Drew has hit 6 figures, and he's probably going to be hitting close to 7 pretty soon here. So, but yeah, so we're doing a little bit of everything going to be coming out pretty soon. I don't know how many of y'all would be excited about something like that with a partnership with someone like me that's actually done it. But Sam, I don't have any clients, so I'd like to be part of the agency war room. I haven't laid out the pricing yet, still finalizing it, because that's going to be a higher ticket item. Everybody gets access to, I mean, as far as access, you have the ability to sign up for agency war room, but no, it is not included in GME Pros. This is the actual partnership. Before, I'd actually done something called rank and rent partnership, in which I did white label, and I had a whole package for rank and rent people, and I partnered with them. This is going to be the same thing, kind of along the same lines, but this is going to be me actually going, okay, I'll just give you an example. How many of your Facebook profiles are optimized for driving traffic to your offer? Give me a 1 if it is, or 2 if you don't even, if it's not, and you don't know what I'm talking about. Is your Facebook profile optimized? Yes or no? And then if it's not, I'm going to say, okay, just like I did in Scale Your Agency, I'm going to say, hey, here's how to do it, and walk you through how to do it. Here's the templates on doing it, right? And here's where everybody fucks up. No one does it. They hear me tell them how to do it. And then out of 1,000+ students, we'll have a few dozen that will do it. And there's a few dozen hit 6 figures, and I have one at 7, right? But what I want is, okay, I teach you all this week in agency war room, right? And then at the end of the week, I'm going to have, and I'm not revealing who it is yet, but I'm having your accountability partner get on a phone call with you and say, for example, hey, Matt, show me your Facebook timeline. And then he keeps you accountable that you actually are doing it. And then he reviews it with you, or she reviews it with you, and then goes, okay, here's some tweaks, change this, do this. And now we have this step set in place. Now, okay, do we have this tripwire set up? What's your offer? And actually getting things moving for you, and not just talking about it or sitting in here for an hour and I talk about it. Because I've already done it and I know it works, and I know the people that I've held by the hand and helped do it, it works. Like Drew, before he had an agency, was still working a 9 to 5, and now he signed on. I talked about this probably a month ago or so. He signed on a 6-figure client, pays him over $10K a month. Okay. He just signed up another one. I think it's at about $30K. So this is why I'm doing agency war room, because there's a lot of people that just don't do it. I mean, it's like me. I know I should. Yeah, fucking. I've been a bodybuilder, and I've worked out, and I've been a personal trainer, believe it or not. But I've lost the weight and I gain it back. Why? Because I don't have anybody holding me accountable. My wife loves me and she cooks good food and all that shit. So you have to have sometimes someone that is going to hold you by the hand and then hold you accountable for it. But you have to be willing to pay for that. I mean, and just for example, right before class, I have my own mentor that I pay, right? And we go over things for an hour, what to do, especially with YouTube, because I have a YouTube mentor and he counsels me and other things as well. So, and he holds me by hand, keeps me accountable. And he already told me, he said, I want to see you implement it. So next video you do, implement this, and I want to see it. So a lot of it's about that. And then I have SOPs that I give inside GMB Pros, but in Agency War Room, I have SOPs that I'm not even covering in GMB Pros, like pay-per-click SOPs, Google ads, Facebook ads, social media, email engagement, email handling, calendar handling, all that stuff. So that's all going to be in there. But all right, any questions? All right. So if you don't have any clients, there's one. If you don't have any clients, Sam was saying, He has no clients, but wants clients. This would be perfect for you because I literally do the same thing. If you go through Scale Your Agency inside GMB Pros, I go over some of it, but basically I show you, here's where I was at. I started with 4 clients. There are people out there that will talk about how they now sell services, or they sell services, or they talk about courses, or whatever they talk about, right? And they have never taken it from 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 clients to hundreds of clients or thousands, right? So what I'm going to show you, one of the things we talk about and go over, is how I went from, I came to the Philippines, and some of y'all may know this, but I came to the Philippines not because I was going to retire, but because I had lost everything in the States. I had no place to go. Then I came to the Philippines, and right before COVID hit is when I started taking on some more clients. And the methods I talk about inside Scale Your Agency, as well as inside Agency War Room, is me showing you step by step, this is how I did it. Okay, how I went from 4 clients, only making like $700 a month, okay, because I was charging dirt cheap prices, just trying to make anything, to where we're at now, and we're a 7-figure agency. Okay. We go over all of that inside of Scale Your Agency, but also inside Agency War Room is where I'm going to be doing it with actual agencies, where I'm actually doing it with you. I'm not just telling you, hey, go do this. We're doing it together, which makes, you're going to be successful. It's not an option, right? It's a matter of, we're doing it together. I'm going to make sure you've got every fucking step done. Like, okay, your Facebook profile is now optimized. You now have Tripwire. Okay, now show me how you're going in and asking questions. Okay, I want to see all the questions you're asking. I want to see every instance you did. How many leads did you get out of it? What some conversations you started? Okay. Also, are you using the tools that I'm talking about using to control all of this and to automate all of this? So, and I see it all, and then I can correct things and tweak things and get y'all to where I want y'all to be, which is at least making 6 figures to 7 figures, a year. Okay. So that's what we're going to be heavily going over inside of Agency War Room. So if you're an agency or you want to be an agency, pay attention, because when I drop that, I'm only dropping it for, I believe we're going to hold it at about 20 people. That's about it, for the first session. And then we're going to, open it after we get a certain, several months, 2-3 months down the road, we'll open it up to more people. That way we can control, everything, make sure everybody's on the right page and everything, because it's going to require my skin in the game and your skin in the game. It's going to be both of us. It's a give and take. So, Danny Holding, I tell customers all the time, yep. Have to. I mean, one of the things I've learned, especially doing courses, especially running business with VAs, I have to repeat myself over and over and over again. Sometimes you feel like a broken record, but it's the way people learn. Sometimes it's the way you're communicating. Generally speaking, especially when it comes to VAs, I would say it's generally not the VA, it's generally the person teaching the VA. Or the owner, like I've shown people, is like, well, one of the things we're going to do, for example, in Agency War Room, we keep going back to it because it's very important, is we're going to go, okay, do you want VAs? Okay, you want VAs? I'm going to train your VAs, but here's how it's going to go down. I'm going to train them for 2 weeks, just like I do here, and I'm not releasing them until I know for fact they can do what they're trained to do. For example, GMB posts. That's the only thing they're gonna fucking do is GMB posts. I want to make sure they do them the way I teach. Okay. Then once that's done, the next thing you have to have in place, which I'll help you get in place in Agency War Room, is going to be your support ticketing system. Why? And this is very important. Maybe a lot of people don't like it. Some people love it. But the fact is, if you don't have a support ticketing system and you have people coming in your Facebook, your email box, and every which way they can get you, right? You are going to be a very annoyed and unhappy individual. You have to limit your access and how people get a hold of you so you can systemize it. So when someone goes, let's say if Sam goes, I emailed you and you never got a hold of me, because I get this shit all the time. Even with the support ticketing system, I still get this. And I'm like, did you read the automated email you automatically get, in which you're told not to email us, in which you're given instructions on how to submit a support ticket and how to respond to support tickets? Because without that, what happens is people come at you every which way, and then things aren't working smoothly, and then things screw up. And even with that, you still have things that screw up, but we want to limit it, right? We want to limit the issues that we have. So, that's one of the things I'm going to be doing as well. So price range for War Room can help for me to start sourcing funds. I don't know yet. Sam, let me make a decision on it, and I'll let you know. I just copied the VA checklist. I had a big issue this week. I just copied the VA checklist. I had a big issue this week. VA checklist. I'm not sure what you mean by VA checklist, but I think I know what you mean now. Yeah, okay. There's in the agency War Room, I got about 100 plus of those. We're going over hiring VAs, firing VAs, everything you can possibly think of. So, but any more questions? Give me 1 second here. Just let me know you got any more questions. Give me 1 second. Look at this. Look at this. Let's see. Clicking it. Okay. View. Enable. Okay. Admit. So that's the main reason we do that. But it's super excited to be here. Are there any videos in the GMB courses that may not be as relevant as they were when? I mean, honestly, I tell people to go through most of them, even the very first one, the master class, which was the very first one. It's because the sheer fact that, I mean, there are a lot of things that are still very much, very much useful. The way I set up our classes on top of it is we do things just about local SEO. The master class was step by step. Reloaded and towing was step by step. What I am going to be doing in the next few weeks is setting up, for example, how to onboard an SEO client. What's the audit? Here's the audit. Here's what I look for. Here's how I fix this. It may be a very long, if you will, evergreen course in which you can go in there. If you want to know how to fix a 404 redirect or 301, how to set up a 404 page, you can literally search 404 page and you'll find it and go to the video and do it. That's going to take me probably about a month to do. But yeah, man. With Agency War Room, it's going to be set up to either be a monthly fee, quarterly fee, or one-time fee. But yeah, let me look at this. YouTube domination is going to be starting next week. I'll be teaching that once a week. And it will not be at this time during the day. It will be later. So, but you can go in there and get access to it regardless. And in YouTube domination, that whole point of that class is I'm going to go get step 1. I have no YouTube channel. How do I set up a YouTube channel? Here's how to do it, especially for local SEO. Okay, I'm a plumber in New Jersey. Here's what I would do. And then I'll show you everything step by step by step. And then you can do it. The one thing I have seen people do this, they'll do automated videos of 10, 25, 100, 50, whatever, right? That's cool. And it lasts for a while because I've actually done this. Okay. So I've had both happen. You set a bunch of automated videos and it's cool and everybody sees it, you're ranking. And then what happens is, FYI, YouTube can come along and knock down those videos and say, you're spamming our YouTube community and we don't like it, especially when you're doing automated videos. So you have to be very careful with that. I've actually done it and tested it. So I've had several channels come down by doing it that way. So I say, be very careful with what you listen to when people talk about doing automated videos. You have to be very careful. Okay. But we'll be going over all that YouTube domination. I will show you how to do automated videos. I will, but you got to look, it has to look real. If it doesn't look real and it looks too spammy, then winds up having YouTube will take your channel down, and there goes all those damn videos. So, but yeah, any other questions? Let's see here. Also, some other changes. Someone else mentioned this. GMB Pros. If you're already a GMB Pro, you get access to all the tools. Any new GMB Pros, unless they pay for the LTD or lifetime deal, they're not getting the tools. So that's been changed as well. The automated videos, yeah, I'll go back to that, Jeff. But automated videos is really no way except for not making videos that don't look real. Making actual videos with actual traffic that's going to get traffic and views and engagements. But we'll be going over all that, Patrick. Jeff Veal, Facebook's a new trick has stopped my live. What do you mean, Jeff? You can't go live. Only way I would say that happen is if you go live too many times and people report you as spam or something. That's probably about the only way that will happen. Yeah, if you're put in the naughty room for posting stuff or spamming people or messaging people or doing, there's all types of reasons that Facebook will knock you down. Thank God I have not had my Facebook taken down in a long time, because Jeff knew I went through a period. It was just almost every week at least. I've probably had 12 Facebook accounts taken down. And I haven't been put in Facebook's naughty room in a while. Yep. Plus they throttle back comments. Yep. It's one of the reasons I tell people is like, don't use too many. If you use too many hashtags on your Facebook post, Facebook is not for hashtags. That's Instagram. Go there. Facebook, you use too many hashtags or do certain things, you can get a soft ban. A soft ban is which they throttle back your comments, throttle back your lives being seen, and give you less engagement. So I have to give a high five to the location plugin client. Has gained 5 spots in 1 week, stuck at 8 forever, and now in the 3-pack. That is awesome. I would love to have that as a testimony, Danny, if you could. I don't know if you've given us a testimonial yet as a video testimonial. That'd be wonderful. I love video testimonials. If not a video testimonial, then a written testimonial. But I love hearing the success stories, especially when the plugin. Thank you, Danny. I appreciate that. But yeah, the location page plugin. And then, we have the schema plugin. I don't know if you're using that yet, but if you're not, I would highly suggest the schema plugin. Out of all, awesome. Those are the 2 plugins I would mainly use. The WordPress Amplify is okay. It's not something I'm going to necessarily say you have to use, but schema and the location plugins are a must. So I hear, Jeff, by the way, y'all are now in Manila at alert level 1. So it's basically life is normal, 100% capacity in Manila. So let's see here. Anything else? Otherwise, I'm getting off here. I have a packed day. I have about 20 phone calls to do today. So Patrick, I'll think about it. I have so much right now in the fire that I'm working on. I may do it, I may not do it. The GSEC training that you're asking me to do. I'm working on national SEO training, e-commerce SEO training, local SEO training. That way everybody has all of it, plus agency war room. So all right, any questions? Got a lot of people in here, but some of you are asking questions, some of you are not. Yeah, I got a lot on my plate. I mean, I could do it. It's just a matter of I'm literally following Chris's training. So if there's any gaps in it, you could talk to Chris when he's on here on Thursdays. And I don't always use G-Stacks. So like we did with sod installation and the towing niche, we'll start getting them ranked. And once I get them to a certain point, if they're already in the green or the cabbage patch or the green goblin, whatever you wish to call them, everybody calls them different things. But once you're already ranked, if I'm already ranked, there's really no use to do a G-Stack. I'm not like most SEOs. I will go, who's your number one competitor? What are they doing? Let's do the same thing they're doing. Let's try to beat them. And if that means using cloud stacks and G stacks or some high DA backlinks or reciprocal links or whatever it may be, then let's do it. But if it doesn't, then why are you going to do it? Just for the sake of wasting some time? But no. Yeah, Graham, there's no reason to reinvent the wheel. I literally follow Chris's methods, and I trained my VAs off of Chris's methods when it came to G stacks. But yeah, they definitely work. I've seen Chris. So this is why I follow Chris on that method. Chris is actually ranked for, I believe it was New York City SEO or something like that, with a G stack with lorem ipsum text. Lorem ipsum text is just a bunch of gibberish, right? But he ranked for that term in that large of a city. Patrick, I'll be going over the plugin I use inside of the class. So inside of that class regarding YouTube and ranking on YouTube, it is not as easy as everybody thinks. For example, we're going after terms that are getting anywhere from 20, 30,000 views a month to 400,000 views a month. So I'm not going after terms that not going to get no traffic or subscribers, because I'm after subscribers and traffic. And that's why I'm growing so fast, if you will, on, YouTube. All right, guys, I'm going to get off here. Since we have any questions, tomorrow is Wednesday, so we'll be having CTR Geeks. We'll have Holly Starks, have myself, and then tomorrow morning, you need to be on the lookout. Me and Brock Misner, that's right, Brock Misner, are going to go live at 9 a.m. East Coast Standard Time. So when is my new YouTube domination training going to be next week? I don't know. You'll hear about it sometime this week, Patrick. I'll do a post and say, hey, YouTube training is going to be at this time, but it will be in the back end. So it won't be on your regular times at 8 p.m. East Coast time. It's not going to be on that. It'll wind up being probably on Pacific Standard Time. So, all right, guys, I appreciate it. You guys be blessed, and y'all have a great day.